They tried to kill me. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. They wanted me gone because I dared to say what no African leader has been allowed to say for decades. We don't need you anymore. You want to know why 700 North Korean soldiers are now protecting me in Burkina Faso. You want to know why the West is panicking, why France is losing sleep, why the old colonial powers are scrambling to maintain their stranglehold on our continent. Because we've broken their rules, and there's no going back. Let me tell you something the Western media will never report. In the past 6 months alone, they've tried to remove me from power 3 times. 3 separate coup attempts, each one more sophisticated than the last. Each one backed by the same powers that have been bleeding Africa dry for centuries. The first attempt? They tried to buy my own generals. Suitcases full of euros, promises of safe passage to France, threats against their families. When that failed, they moved to direct action. The second attempt almost succeeded. Armed mercenaries, trained in European camps, infiltrated our military bases. They were hours away from storming the presidential palace when our intelligence that no longer reports to Paris or Washington, uncovered their plot. But it was the third attempt that changed everything. They didn't just want to kill me, they wanted to make an example. A public execution that would send a message to every African leader who dares to dream of true independence. This is what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you. That's when I made the call that shook the world. I picked up the phone and I called Pyongyang. It's strange that I turned to North Korea for protection. Let me ask you something. When you're fighting for your life against the most powerful military forces in human history, do you call someone who plays by their rules, or do you call someone who's been giving them the middle finger for 70 years? North Korea has survived decades of sanctions, threats, invasion attempts, and international isolation. They've built the most impenetrable security system on Earth, while the entire Western world tried to crush them. They understand something that every African leader needs to learn. Independence isn't given. It's taken. And it's defended with blood. When those 700 North Korean soldiers arrived in Ouagadougou, they didn't come with conditions. They didn't demand mining rights. They didn't insist on military bases. They didn't lecture me about democracy while planning my assassination. They came with one simple message. We stand with those who refuse to kneel. I'm not just the president of Burkina Faso. I represent something far more dangerous to their system, proof that Africa can survive without them. Since taking power, we've kicked out French troops. We've terminated unfair mining contracts. We've stopped sending our gold to European refineries for pennies on the dollar. We've built direct trade relationships with Russia, China, and yes, North Korea. Relationships that bypass their banks, their currencies, their